All right, so today I want to talk about how PPP scammers get caught. And I have not done a video in a while regarding PPP because it was just so much mess going on, you guys. I mean, you could just see it all over the place, okay? When the PPP came out, there were people who were promoting getting these 20 bands, just, anybody qualifies and all of these things. Listen, that was not even near the case. But this right here, let me tell you. All right. So this one is about a CPA who got caught up in the PPP loan fraud. And it says from the Department of Justice that the accountant pled guilty to fraud charges for helping a longtime client fraudulently obtain 1.2 million in COVID-related business loans. Okay. And he did this by knowingly preparing a false tax return on the client's behalf. And first of all, this client, so two things. All right, first of all, you a whole CPA, a certified public accountant. Do you know what people go through to become a licensed CPA? I'm an enrolled agent, and that exam made me cry. Freaking CPA, that's just no. Like, how do you do that? They definitely decide to risk it all. Okay. But then this dude is 73 years old. Bruh, you risking prison at 73? What? Whew. All right. Anywho, so he pleaded guilty to one count of wire fraud. So to help you understand what wire fraud is when you submit something fraudulent over the internet. Okay, or using the phone, some telecommunications or information technology. So when you apply for something online and then you hit submit and you got fraudulent stuff, that's wire fraud. Okay, and you can serve up to 20 years in prison for wire fraud. Okay, so here's what he did. So this dude prepared a false federal corporate income tax return claiming that the client had that he paid employees 5.3 million in wages in the 2019 tax year. And so the CPA provided the false tax return and marked the tax return self-prepared. But now here's where it gets funny. The client then took the false tax return, removed self-prepared, put the tax preparer's name on it, and then submitted it to the SBA. Okay, that to me was funny because the client had the presence of mind to say, no, we ain't gonna mark this self-prepared. You putting your name on this too. So then the SBA wired the client $1.2 million. And the CPA, for his role, he was supposed to receive a percentage of the loan proceeds once the loan was forgiven. Because with PPP, if you use the money the way it was supposed to, it could be absolutely forgiven, wiped clean, no taxable income, none of that stuff. So PPP really was the opportunity for free money. Okay, that's a once in a lifetime thing. But now let's talk about how this works, because based on some of the conversations that I had, people really do not understand how all of these systems work. So first of all, with PPP, then Secretary Mnuchin said, hey, anything over $2 million is going to be audited. Period, point blank, end of story. Okay, that was the first thing. But then people thought, okay, that was it. That was all they were going to audit. No, that's where they start, not where they stay. But it's very easy to catch these things because of the matching that goes on. So when you say that you have $5.3 million in wages paid out, there one has to be 941s. Those are quarterly employment tax returns that have to be filed. So if you're saying that you got $5.3 million in wages, you better have some 941s somewhere. But now people got smarter and then decided to submit fraudulent 941s, these employment tax returns. But here's the deal about 941s. On those 941s, you also have social security numbers of people. So you've got the 941s. The government is going to be looking for this money, saying, okay, you said you paid X amount in payroll tax. Where our money at? Because we don't see where no payments is made. But also when you're talking about social security numbers, okay, so you got Sue Jones listed here. Let me go pull Sue Jones's tax return. I don't see no W-2s with your company listed on it. Okay, so now let me call Sue Jones. Hey, Sue, did you work for 123 Marketing Agency? Sue was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so understand that there are dots that have to be connected here. And when these dots don't connect, that's when they come for you. Then they're looking at your past tax returns as well as your current year tax returns. So you tell people that you got $5 million in payroll for 2019. That's interesting. Let's go and see what you have for 2018. Ooh, you didn't have any employees in 2018. That's interesting. Oh, well, let's go. Maybe you went and hired a whole bunch of folk in this 2019 tax year. Okay, let's go look at the tax return you filed for 2019. Let's go look at the tax return you filed for 2020. Suddenly, there ain't no employees. There's no 941s. So what? You instantly just hired 19, 20 people, 30 people, whatever, and then poof, they're gone? That's not how this works. So all it takes is one domino to fall, right? All it takes is one person to get caught, and you've got the threat of going to jail for 20 to 30 years. The average sentence that I've seen has been about 3 years per million. But there have been some people that have gotten more time. Some people have gotten less. Okay? So, so then when you get these, you got this threat of, some serious federal time that's hanging over your head, that's when people start singing. Because if they cooperate with the feds, because the feds are going to be like, oh, so you're saying you did not complete this loan application. You just signed a document. Fantastic. Who prepared the loan document? And so now you have a choice. You are either going to be like, nah, I'm not going to snitch, or you going to sing like a bird to help reduce your time. So all it takes is that one domino to fall for them to start tracing, following the dots to go back to who the perpetrator is. Okay, perpetrator, now that we have you, we want to know all the loans that you submitted. We want to know all of them. So now they got everybody. And so here's the thing about fraud. There's no statute of limitations on fraud. Right? There is no statute of limitations on fraud. So they don't have to be in a hurry because it takes time to build a case. And when the government is building a case against you, they take their time because they want to make sure they're going to win. And the IRS is something like a 98% win rate. It's something in the 90s. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose against the government. Because see, all of this is documented stuff. You can't just say, oh, I filed this tax return. Because then we're, okay, fantastic. Let's go find these transcripts. I don't care how far behind the government is. If they can't find these transcripts, you did not file this return. It's very simple. You say you filed these employment tax returns, yet neither the federal government, okay, the feds don't have it. Hey, state, you guys got some employment tax returns for these people? No. And so this is the other thing. You think it's just the feds. You got the state to contend with as well. And oh, by the way, if you got this money fraudulently, then what did you do with the money? What did you do? Did you use it for personal stuff? Okay, did you claim it as income on your tax return? Because even stolen money has to be claimed. All income is taxable regardless of whether or not you got it legitimately or not. All income is taxable until it's not. The not part is something like forgiving PPP loans that are actual PPP loans that, were used, that were obtained legitimately and used for legitimate purposes. Okay, that was not taxable income. But on a regular day, it would have been taxable income. So even money that you get illegally has to be claimed on your tax return. So then if you got some fraudulent PPP money and went and spent it on, cars, watches, whatever, and then you did not claim it as income on your tax return, you in some more trouble. So yeah, this is how, and all of my squad, I like to think that everybody in my squad does everything on the up and up. Okay? You never know what people are doing, but I'm almost certain that everybody in my squad does things the right way. And all the people that I know was sounding the alarm, saying, hey, no, you do not qualify if you don't already have a business, if you don't already have employees. No, not everyone qualifies for PPP loans. No. But everybody was stuck on getting this free money. Well, now you're going to be paying for that money with time. Federal time. Okay? Yeah. So that's how PPP loan scammers are getting caught. Like this really is not hard. This is just running a computer program. So yeah, I'll be watching to see exactly how much time this dude gets. Because yeah, this is crazy right here. You don't risk your whole profession over a percentage of $1.2 million. So let's just say at 10%, that's $100,000. You risk going to prison for 20 years? Really? No, I just can't even, you guys. But yeah, but this is how people are getting caught. And listen, if you get caught up in PPP loan fraud, you don't need to call a tax professional. You need to call an attorney. There is nothing we can do at that point. There's absolutely nothing. So when the government comes for you, your options go out the window, right? Now, there were some people who actually listened and said, hey, I got this money fraudulently. I did not understand. And they gave the money back. Okay. Those people, there were actually a few people that's like, nope, you take this money back. I like my freedom. Holla at your girl. But there are some people that are willing to risk it. Okay. Good luck with that. But this is how they're getting caught. All of the documentation does not match. So it's not, people like, oh, it's the man, Listen, if you don't give them a job to do, then you don't have to worry about nothing. But when you out here breaking the law, you're giving them a job to do. So it's not anybody that's out for you. It's you broke the law and they got to do their job. It's that simple. Okay, you guys, I beat this to death. I hope this helps you out in understanding how all of these systems work together. Because listen, this PPP right here, these prosecutions gonna keep coming. That's all. And I'm gonna keep sitting up here and I'm gonna keep sharing them with you too. If for nothing else, to warn you in the future when something else like this happens again, do not do it. Okay? If you happen to get away with it this time, do not do it again. Don't press your luck. It ain't worth it. All right. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was informative. Have a fantastic day and I will see you next time. Bye.